It's Sunscreen Sunday, and today we're testing Colorscience Total Protection No-Show Mineral Sunscreen. This is SPF 50, it has UVA coverage, and it also has up to 40 minutes of sweat and water resistance. The instructions say to shake it. I have not had luck as a brown-skinned person using mineral sunscreen so far, so let's hope this does the trick. This is my quarter teaspoon. I filled it up, and no-show with zinc oxide on my skin tone is it's a tall order, so let's see how this does. I am also going to time how long it actually takes to rub it in because most people don't have, an infinite amount of time spent to rub it in, to try and make it no cast. Now, why do I look like I'm applying so much? I actually have barely dipped into the quarter teaspoon. Why quarter teaspoon? Because that's what is needed to provide the coverage that is listed on the bottle. Any less than that, and you're not getting true SPF 50 coverage, you're not getting the UVA coverage that is needed. So I've only used about half of it so far. Before I go in with the rest, I'm actually going to try and rub this in and see how it does. Not bad for a first coat from a mineral sunscreen. We're only about halfway through though. For me to get true protection, I've got to get through all of this. This is a rather pricey sunscreen, so I am expecting it to hold up to its claim of no white cast, good for brown skin, and performance. So let's see. All on. So what it started to do as I'm rubbing it in is actually start to peel the skincare products I have underneath it. Okay, it's been a good 5 minutes for me rubbing it in. I am actually going to give it another 5 just to see if it soaks in and gets rid of that white cast. All right, it actually blended in better into my neck than it did into my face, which is interesting because I used the same amount. It still continues to peel the products that I've applied, so I'm not quite comfortable going out until I wipe all of the pills off of my face and neck. So the pros about this feels very hydrating. It does have antioxidant protection. It has micronized zinc oxide, not nano, if you have concerns about that. So those are all pros. What are the cons? I do feel like it has a slight white cast, right? So if you're darker than me, it's definitely not going to work. If you're about my skin shade, depending on your undertone, if you're a bit more neutral or if you're a bit more cooler, this might actually work for you. That hydration feeling, just come in close and excuse the pilling stuff. Do you see how greasy that is? My concern though is if I was to put powder on this would, it would probably stick quite a bit. So let's test that. Loose powder will probably be a disaster on this, so I've got a pressed powder and I'm going to use a cotton round because my powder puff's not going to forgive me for putting it through this. So I've got some powder on. I'm actually going to take some off so I'm not using a ton. This powder is actually a half decent match for my skin tone without the white cast. And what's obvious when I put it on is, well, the white cast area versus the regular skin tone area, right? Like you can tell a difference. What's the issue, Mama G? Well, the issue is where I've put on the powder, even if after I took like a dry powder puff and tried to take it off, whatever was on there that caked in a certain place is stuck to that tacky sunscreen. So if you're going to use makeup over it, I don't know that this is your best bet unless you have a way of mattifying whatever you put on your skin before you go in with the rest of your makeup. What's my ultimate rating for the sunscreen? If you're lighter than me and you have even skin, if you're lighter than me or even cool toned, but my skin shade, then probably a yes. If you want to use makeup over it, then I would be guarded about it. I'm gonna have to go wash my face now and try again with skincare for the day.